this is going to be, and I don't mean this to sound like a rant, it's a little bit of a rant. One of my complaints about our industry is that the barrier to entry is so terribly low. It's about like a 60-hour course with some continuing education. Many people get in this business and they think it's easy peasy driving around showing really sexy houses, and it's an easy way to make huge bucks. Nothing can be further from the truth if you're a serious practitioner, as am I. It's a very difficult job that you have to love, and you have to be a great problem solver. And in this market, where as of August, you have to have an agreement with either a seller or a buyer to cover your compensation, you better make sure that you are offering value to all parties in order to make a living in this business. I mean, it's a quirky business, right? Unlike some advisory businesses where there's hourly billing whether or not a deal happens, lawyers, other practitioners, our business is on spec, right? I mean, we are doing all this work on behalf of a seller or a buyer and aren't paid a cent unless a deal closes and gets to the closing table. So you need to make sure as a practitioner and as a consumer choosing who you want to work with, is that person bringing value? Don't be what I would call a cocktail party realtor or a potted plant realtor. What I mean by that is you're basically a chauffeur and a key opener. You're not offering insights and context. We can see this is the kitchen, and it's a fabulous kitchen. Well, what can't we see? Well, what's unusual for context is the level of millwork that you see here, the beautiful vent hood that's here, the mix of your metals from your reeded glass to your chicken wire over here, the extent of the moldings, context. Those are the kinds of things that add value. So don't be a cocktail party realtor or a potted plant, and make sure you're offering value to your clients, things that they might not necessarily know. For example, this community is the Polo Grounds of Point West. It's one of our only larger lot communities off the barrier island, and it's like the best of both worlds. What do I mean by that? Well, you've got extra deep lots, so you feel almost like you're on acreage, but you've got public utilities, and you also have protection of some nominal HOA dues and rules, so you don't have to worry about some junky guy living next to you, or if you're on 5 acres, you've got private well water, which can be a whole thing. So the context of those kinds of things, 30,000 feet, that your average bear buyer might not know, particularly if you're coming from out of town. So make sure when you're choosing a practitioner to work with, that you are getting somebody that adds value to you, and together you are stronger than you are separate. And they're making you either a better seller or a better buyer. Don't be a cocktail party realtor, and don't hire a cocktail party realtor. Demand more because you deserve more. And now in our age of unbundling, as a buyer, you may have to pay some or all of that fee. Make sure it's earned and you're getting value from your practitioner. So, motto of the day is no cocktail party realtors.